10 years ago, a dream began. A dream of visiting some of the greatest observatories on Earth. I received a brochure that offered stargazing, wine tours, and cultural experiences. It felt like it was made for me.
It was a dream, but nothing more than a dream back then. My children were still young, and a trip like that just felt impossible. But last year I decided that I shall do this trip before I turn 50. If I just keep waiting, you never know what life will bring. Maybe it will never happen.
I always knew this trip would require a lot of planning. This wasn't a normal vacation. Every part of the journey had to be planned. The seasons, the weather, the moon phases, the observatory schedules, the altitude, even the roads through the desert. Chile is home to some of the greatest observatories on Earth. And there were a few places I knew I had to see. One of them was Vera C. Rubin Observatory, a revolutionary telescope designed to scan the entire southern sky again and again, capturing changes in the universe we'd never been able to see before. But there was a problem. The public tour days didn't fit my itinerary. So I decided to try another way. Applied for a media visit. I sent them a synopsis of the documentary I wanted to create and waited. 2 weeks later, the answer arrived. Unfortunately, we cannot accommodate your requested visit at this time. My next request was sent to ESO, the European Southern Observatory, home to some of the most advanced observatories on Earth. The Very Large Telescope, exploring the universe invisible on infrared light. La Silla, ESO's first observatory in Chile, watching the southern skies for more than half a century. And the Extremely Large Telescope, a giant still under construction, destined to become the largest optical telescope ever built. But above all, there was ALMA, a radio observatory high in the Atacama Desert, one of the telescopes that helped humanity capture the first image of a black hole. I waited another 2 weeks. Then the reply arrived. Another rejection. That one was harder. I knew I could still visit places like La Silla and the VLT through public tours if I planned it carefully. But ALMA was different. There are no public visits to the site. The idea of being so close and still unable to see it was really difficult to accept. But hidden inside the reply, there was one small possibility. A direct media request to ALMA. At first it felt impossible, but after coming this far, I wasn't ready to give up. At this point, I knew the chances were small. ESO had already declined my request, but I just couldn't let it go. So I contacted ALMA directly. Then a few weeks later, the message arrived.
Well, I was about to go to bed. I just checked my email and saw a new email, and the sender was ALMA. I remember my pulse was going up, and I prepared myself for another rejection. And then I saw the unbelievable message.
I had been accepted. ALMA granted me access to both the Operations Support Facility and the Array Operations Site, 5,000 meters above sea level. One of the most advanced observatories on Earth, and somehow they said yes. For months, the trip had existed mostly in spreadsheets, maps, emails, and ideas. But after Alma said yes, it finally started to feel real.